Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to give you a tour of this digital annual planner. It's available for purchase on my Etsy shop and you can find the link to that in the description down below. But you can also just watch this video, get inspired and build your own layout. So I'm going to start by giving you a quick overview of every section and then I'm going to deep dive into each one of them and talk about every single one of the available functionalities. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is how this is structured. So what you can here is this is the sheet where you will customize your template. So this controls all of the different options that you have available. You also use this section to customize your drop downs across the entire template. So this is an example of how the drop downs will look like. This one, for example, is customized right here. Then you also get a space in which you can change any label across the entire template. So if you don't like how something is named, you can change it here in your translation section. So you can either write it in a different language or you can just change the label and it will change across the entire template. Then you get your quick links. So the way this is structured is you get 12 months and those 12 months can begin in any month that you want. You don't have to start in January. You can start whenever you want. And where you select that is here. So you can select maybe you start in July 2022 and then as you can see this updated automatically, so it starts in July and then it starts incrementing. In the end you get 12 months. So if you come to the quick links tab, you get all those 12 months and then you get all of these links that will allow you to jump into every single section. So the sections that you get is you get a calendar, a daily schedule and a habit tracker for each one of your months. So if you click on any of these links, this little box will appear, and if you then click on this blue text, you will immediately jump into the corresponding section. So in total you get these 36 sheets plus your customize here sheet plus your quick links sheet plus a 12-month calendar, and all of these will update automatically according to the first month that you select here. So then you get your 12-month calendar, and this is just for your own reference, and if you want you can use this section to write your top goals for the month and then you can keep them all together. So today is September 27 and that day is highlighted right here. So whenever you see this purple color, it means it's highlighting the current day. Super important to note, in order for this to update automatically according to where you are in the world, you need to change your time zone. So please find that section in the instruction PDF that you received with your purchase. It's in the customize here section at the very beginning. So don't forget to customize your time zone. Then right here you get these tiny links that allow you to jump into every monthly calendar. So each month gets one monthly calendar that looks like this one. This one is already filled out, but this is how it would look empty. Then you get one daily planner sheet. Again, I already filled this out. So you get 31 days. You get a daily to-do list, you get these events. I'm going to talk about all these sections in a minute. And then you get a habit tracker. So you have a section where you can write your daily habits, things that you're supposed to do every single day. And then you have a section where you can set how many days you want to execute that task. And then whenever you reach that amount of days, then it will automatically highlight and mark it as complete. So right now I have 2. If I add 3, then I reach 100% when I do those 3. And then you get a section for your numeric tracker. So that can be anything you want. It can be glasses of water, how were you feeling, how many hours did you sleep, how many pages did you read. And then in the end, you get monthly stats, you get progress bars. And these progress bars, you can control when they will switch color, and you can also control to what color they will switch. So you get all of these 3 sheets, and then you get one of these sheets for each one of your months. And your months, this label will update automatically the moment you select a month and you set a year. So that's pretty much how it's structured. And now I'm going to deep dive into every single section and show you how everything works. So let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start by translating all of these sections in case that it is necessary. If you want to change it to a different language, please do this first. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to select a month from the drop down and you're going to set a year. And this is going to be your starting month. After you select the month, every single element of this table will update automatically. These are automated. These are the labels that will show at the very top of each of your monthly sheets. If you want to change them, you should never ever edit them here. Where you change them is here in the customize here sheet. So you can change them here and remember to make them unique. If for some reason they're not unique, they're gonna be highlighted in red. Next, you're gonna move on to this section. So this is where you will set your start time for your daily schedule. So whatever you set here is going to update every single day of your daily schedules, and then it's going to increase on increments of 30 minutes. Now, if for some reason you want a certain day to start at a different time, you can just change that time. So you can override the formula and you can change that time to whatever time that you want, and then everything else will update accordingly. Just remember, this will no longer be tied to the original functionality. If you wanted to tie it back, then you can just select one that still has the formula, you copy, and then you paste it, and then you have that original functionality again. Then you're gonna select if you want your calendars to start on a Sunday or on a Monday, and this will update all of your calendars across the entire template. And then you have these two sections that I'm going to leave till the end if you want me to be more specific about it. But basically you're going to choose a hex value. So each color has a hex value, and whatever value you write here is the color that your progress bars will be. So this pink color right here is represented with this hex value. Now you also get this other hex value that is specifically for your habit trackers. And what this does is at the beginning, your bars will be this color right here. And then once you reach a specific percentage that you specify up here, then the bars will switch to a second color. And that second color is this color. So if you need more details about this, I'm gonna leave that till the end of the video. And then you get these two sections. So this section controls the calendars and the daily schedules sheet, and this section controls the habit tracker sheet. So as I mentioned, you use this to change any label that you want across the entire template. You should never come in here and change them directly, because then you would have to manually do that for every single month, and you don't want to do that. So I made sure that every single one of your labels was connected to these tables. So whatever you change here will automatically update across the entire template, across all 36 tabs. And then you get these two tables right here that will customize your drop-down elements. So you get your priorities that will customize your daily planner to-do list priorities. And then you get your category table that will customize your daily schedule categories, this ones, and then those same categories will be included here in your daily to-do list. So once you reach this point, once you've customized your template, I recommend that you keep this copy as your blank original. And the reason for this is gonna work for 12 months only. And then when you end the year and you reach month 13, you're gonna wanna start over, but you are gonna have a spreadsheet that's already filled out and you don't want to manually go and delete everything. So what you do is at the very beginning, you keep this as your blank original. So you can rename this to blank original, and then you go to file, make a copy, and then you could do maybe 2023, make a copy, and then you keep on working on these 2023 and you keep this blank original as your blank original. And then each month you come back here and you make a new copy, and then you can do 2024, and you can do that every year, every 12 months, whenever you want. Just remember, you will not be able to somehow delete everything that you added. You're gonna have to keep a blank copy instead. Now let's go back to the quick links. I wanted to keep the sheet names, the tab names, as short as I could, just so this didn't end up being huge. So C means calendar, DP means daily planner, and HT means habit tracker. So the number isn't any reference to the actual month. So right now, number 1 actually holds September, so the number has nothing to do with the number of the month. And if you want to change the way these are named, you can come here, you can double click and then do a different name. So you can do calendar, maybe like this, September. Just note that whenever you change this won't change automatically. They will still be showing the ones that they originally had, but the blue one will change. If this absolutely bothers you, you can change it manually. You just click on edit link, and where it says the text, then you can change it to calendar September, and then you click apply. It will have to be done manually, but you can do it if it's absolutely necessary for you. And then the link will keep on working, and you can always come back to the quick link section by using this quick links link. that you will find at the top of every one of your monthly tabs. So the current month will be highlighted in this pink color, and then you get your 12 months updated automatically, and you should never edit anything here other than this top goals section, and then you can use these links to jump into the corresponding calendar. So let's dive into every single section. So first you have these calendars that is actually two different calendars. So you get calendar number 1 that looks like this one. This is also the second table that you find here is also part of calendar number 1. And then you get calendar number 2 that is only this section. So I'm gonna go to one that's empty. And the way it works is this calendar, you should never ever edit anything directly into the calendar. So whenever you want to add something, you come to this table, the very first table that you find at the left, and you set a day. So let's do number 2. So you set number 2, and as you can see, the full date will update automatically. So you should never edit this column. And then you add a task. So let's do mom's birthday. And as you can see, that appeared here. Now you can do maybe something down here. Let's do 9, and then let's do dad's birthday. And then that will show up here. And this doesn't matter the order in which you do it. I can then just do number 3, and then other stuff. And then I can do number 3 again. So you never ever change anything directly here. And if you somehow by accident delete the formula, then you're gonna see a red square. And the way you fix that is you come back to any other square that is still working, and you copy it and you paste it in the one that's not working, and then it's gonna work again. Now, if you keep scrolling to the right, you're gonna find the second table. It's completely automated. You should never change this table. All it does is sort your events by either the date or the task name. That's all you touch here. So I'm gonna jump for a second into this daily planner section. So whatever you enter here will also be shown down here in the important event section in the corresponding day. You have October 2nd, mom's birthday, and if you come here, that's what you have here. So October 3rd, other stuff, important event, and then you go to October 3rd, other stuff, important event. So anything that you add into this table will appear in this calendar and will also appear on the corresponding day within the daily planner. Now, the second calendar that you're gonna find here is entirely different. What you do in this one, I'm gonna go to one that's already filled out. So what you do in this one is you can directly write anything that you want. You can change the color, you can change the text. You can't change the color here. So this is all just one single text. So you couldn't do vet be pink and then dentist appointment be purple. You can't do that, but you can do anything that you want here regarding font colors, background colors, cells that are merged, so they take on several days. In here, if you want an event to jump into the second day, then you also have to add it in that second day. So if I wanted other important stuff to be on day 2 as well, then I would have to do 2 and then maybe copy and paste, and now it's on both days. In here, what you would do is you would just maybe select a couple cells, click on the merge cells button, and then maybe change the background to a different color. My event, write down your event. You can bold it. You can make that bigger. You can change the font color. Now, if you want to bring the formatting back, for example, here, the first thing you have to do is unmerge all of those cells. Then you select any empty cell from the calendar, you copy it, then you select all of the cells that you want to bring the format back into, and then you paste. And now if you lose this pink border and you still want it, you can just select those cells, come into the border section, select the border color. You select this darker pink one, that's the border color that I used. And then you can just select right border, and then you brought the formatting back. So in this calendar, you can just work freely and bring the formatting back anytime. So in this one, you can do anything you want. The downside to this calendar and to how freely you can edit it is that whatever you write here will not be pulled into this daily planner view. So only the events that you add in this table will be shown down here. Whatever exists in this other calendar will only exist here. So you can decide which one you want to use. You can also use them both. Maybe you want to use one for your events, and then you can use this one maybe to plan your meals, to plan your workouts, your wellness session. So let's move on to the daily planner. So each month gets its own daily planner, and this is how it looks like. This one is already filled out. So the first thing you see here is this tiny calendar that will update automatically. You should never edit this calendar. Today is September 27, and that's the day that's highlighted. All of these numbers, the ones that correspond to the current month, are links. So if you hover over one and then you click, you're gonna jump into that corresponding day. There's always gonna be 31 days because I don't know which month is gonna go where. It all depends on what's the first month that you select. So every single sheet, every single daily planner has 31 days. And whenever a month has less than 31 days, the rest of the days will jump into the next month, and then they will be grayed out. Or you can also delete them, but I suggest you just ignore them, or maybe you hide them. You right click and you hide, or you can choose to delete them. So you can use this calendar to quickly jump instead of scrolling. So on each day, you can just write whatever you want. If you can format it however you want. You can merge cells together so they occupy more space. So if I wanted to merge all of these cells together, I just select them, and then I click on merge cells, and then I select any category that I want. And then if I also want to merge the second column, I can do exactly the same thing. I click on merge. You can write my event, and then you can have them be different background colors. And then if you messed up and you want to bring the formatting back, you can just select any empty row, you select both columns, you copy, and then you select the ones that you want to replace, and then you paste, and you brought the formatting back. You also have this reminder section. If you don't like how it's called, you can change the label in the customize here sheet. And then if you scroll down, you get a to-do list for each of your days. So you can set a priority, you can select a category, and then you can write your task. And then once you're done, you can click here, check the box, and then the progress bar will move. And then if you keep scrolling down, you're gonna find this important events section. So this I already talked about before. What's happening here is all of your events that you wrote in this table are being pulled automatically into the corresponding day. And then you have these two more sections that are meant to be used freely. Again, you can change the labels in the customize here sheet. So you can use it for daily gratitude, for notes. You can use it however you want. So you get one sheet that looks like this one for each of your months. And then finally, you have your habit tracker sheets. Again, you get one for each month. So this first section is meant to hold your daily habits. So these are the things that you want to do every single day. And your goal is to check every single one of these boxes and reach 100%. Now you get your percentage progress here, and then each day you get a bar that will move whenever you check every single one of your habits for a given day. And then this bar will reach 100% when every single one of these check boxes has been checked. So right here, what you're looking at is a perfect group of 7 days. Now, every single one of your habit trackers will begin in day 1 of the month. Then if you scroll down, you're gonna find your other habits. And this is stuff that is not meant to be executed daily. So you set the habit, and then you set the number of times per week that you want to do this. And then once you reach that number, you will reach 100%. So as soon as I reach this number, I reach 100% and everything is marked as completed. And then in this final section, you have your numeric tracker. So anything that you want to track with a number, you add here. So you set however you want to name your tracker, and then you set a goal. And whenever you reach that goal, the number will be bold. And then you have your percentage right here. If you have a perfect week, perfect 7 days, then you get 100%. And these are the number of times that you actually reached your goal. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So this also counts because it's greater than 8. So in this section, all you will edit is you will write down your habits in this section, your habits, and then your goals here, your days of the week. And then you're just gonna check your boxes and add your numbers right here. Other than that, everything else is automated. The progress bars will move automatically. Percentages will update automatically. The current day will be highlighted like this, and then you get some extra days. So you get groups of 7 days, and then you get these 3 days separate. And then if you scroll all the way to the right, you're gonna find your monthly stats section. And everything here is completely read-only. You should never edit that except for this one cell. So remember I mentioned that you could decide when you want your bars to change color this is the cell where you do that. So let's look at this row, for example. So our progress is 67 and the bar will change color once it reaches 50%. So if we change that to 70%, then the bar will go back to gray. If I do 67, then it will turn pink. And where you control those colors is in the Customize Here sheet. You have this bar hex 1, which right now is my pink color. And then you have bar hex 2, which is the gray color. So if you want to change that, I'm going to quickly show you where you can find those hex values within Google Sheets. So you're going to select any cell, any white cell down here, trying not to mess up anything else, just any cell down here. And then you can select any color. So let's do this purple one. So I selected it, I painted this cell in that color, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna choose this plus sign, and then I'm gonna move this around to get the perfect shade that I want. So let's say I like this shade, and then this is the hex value. So I'm gonna copy everything, I'm gonna press OK, and then I'm gonna paste that in this one. So now that I pasted that number, I'm gonna go back to my habit trackers, and as you can see, before reaching 67%, my bars are that purple color that I just set in bar hex 2. So if I change that number, and maybe now I want it to be 50%, then everything that is 50% or above turns pink, this color, and then anything that's not turns this color. In this section, the only one thing that you will edit is the percentage, and each month you can change that percentage. So if you want to start easy on yourself and maybe set it at 50% in the first month and then change it to something greater, then you can do that. So each month is independent from each other in terms of this percentage that colors your progress bars. Now it's important to mention this switching ability. I did not add that here. So this progress bar will be the color that you set on bar hex 1. Now if you need more rows, the way you insert them is you can select either one or several rows by clicking and dragging. You have to do that in the middle of each table. You should never do that using this one or this one, the first or the last one. So you select one or more rows in the middle of the table, then you right click, and then you click insert 3 rows above. So you're gonna get, this number is going to be the number of rows that you selected. So if you want to insert multiple rows at once, you can select multiple rows. So once you do that, you're going to get your rows, but they won't be working and they will be looking a bit weird. These ones aren't working, the percentages are not moving. So what you need to do is you need to come in here and select any row that was already there, that is working properly. You copy it and then you select all of your new rows and you paste. And this way what you're doing is you are copying and pasting the formulas that make this work. Now the same thing goes down here. So you select any number of rows from the middle of the table. You click insert 5 rows above, for example, and then again the formatting is going to be a little bit weird and it's not gonna work. So what you do is you select any empty row that is working properly and that was already there. You copy it. Then you select your new rows and you paste, and that way you pasted the formulas as well. And then finally, I added plenty of numeric trackers, but if you ever need more, what you do is you select any empty numeric tracker, and you're also gonna select the space that is above and the space that is below. So this row and this row, you're also gonna select those, so you're gonna copy, and then you're gonna come into this very last empty row, and you're gonna paste. And if you want more, then you can just paste again and you can keep on pasting as many trackers as you need. I also want to mention that these calendars in the 12-month calendar sheet are not links, they're just a visual reference. The only calendars that behave as links are the ones in the daily planner. These ones, they're underlined so you can identify them as links. But these ones are just plain text and they're just for your own visual reference. If you want to quickly jump into any daily planner, then you can use the quick link section. You jump into the planner and then you have your calendar here and you can jump into any day that you want. And super important, never forget, you should never ever edit anything here. So this section that's colored, you should never edit this label and you should never touch cells down here because they contain important functionalities. So whenever you want to change these labels, the way those look, you change that here. So that's it for this video. I'm sorry if it was a long one. I just figured if you're gonna be using this for 12 months, I really want you to know everything there is to know about its functionality. So I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please contact me. I will be happy to help you. So thank you so much for watching and for making it all the way till the end.